In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat the Brain of Cthulhu. Very similar to the Eater of Worlds, the best way to summon the Brain of Cthulhu is by destroying 3 orbs that appear in its biome. Since the Brain of Cthulhu is the Eater of Worlds counterpart, instead of going to the Corruption, we are going to be venturing to the Crimson. Now, before we get to the boss, I want to mention one way that you could alternatively summon it. The actual summoning item for the Brain of Cthulhu is the Bloody Spine, which costs 30 vicious powder and 15 vertebrae. The way to obtain the vertebrae is by killing almost any mob that spawns in the Crimson. They all have a 1/3 chance to drop a vertebrae anytime you kill them. As for vicious powder, you can craft it at a placed bottle using vicious mushrooms, which spawn naturally in the Crimson biome. You could then put all the materials together at a Crimson or Demon altar, but instead I'm going to go for the easy route and go crack some Crimson hearts. Once you've gotten to the Crimson Underground, make sure to look around for these bloody hearts. If you don't have a strong enough pickaxe to mine to them, make sure to grab some bombs, as they can break through the crimstone blocks. And once you've gotten to them, grab your hammer and mine away. Be careful once you get to the 3rd heart, as the boss will spawn immediately after breaking it. But since I'm fully geared up, I am prepared to fight the boss. The first thing to note about the boss is that its main body is actually invulnerable to all your attacks. What you'll have to do first is kill all of the creepers that float around it. Once you've done that, the brain will open up, and you'll finally be able to deal it damage. And now all you have to do is wail on it until it is eventually defeated. And now, if we go into our inventory, we can see that we have a good amount of tissue samples and a whole lot of Crimtane ore. We can head over to our furnace and start crafting some Crimtane bars. And now that we have our Crimtane bars and tissue samples, we can make anything from the flesh catcher all the way to the meatball. And if you haven't already, we can go ahead and grab the Blood Butcher. One of the 4 swords that is required to make the Knight's Edge, which is the best sword in easy mode, is the Blood Butcher or the Light's Bane. I have already done a video on the Knight's Edge, which I will leave in the description and the top right of the video. And with that being said, you are now ready to face bigger and badder bosses. In this video, I showed you how to beat the Brain of Cthulhu, and the next I will show you how to beat the Goblin army.